Hi everyone and welcome to Advent Polls number 21. These exercises use the same formation as yesterday with 4 poles evenly spaced down the centre line. So if you imagine the poles are numbered 1, 2, 3 and 4, the first one being the first yellow and blue pole and number 4 being the white and purple pole, I begin by walking a half circle from number 1 to number 4. Then once I come to number 4, I continue on a curved line, but I make it a little bit smaller and come to pole number 2. So then my circle becomes smaller again and I walk to pole number 3, each time aiming to cross the poles in the centre. So once I've crossed pole number 3, I then start to make my circle larger again and aim for pole number 1. So a little bit of leg yield as well to help encourage the horse out to the larger circle. So once I've got across pole 1, I then come to pole 3, so I'm making the circle smaller again. And then back to pole 2, so a small circle, and then this time leg yielding out to pole number 4. Then I repeat that on the other rein. Then I also use the poles to carry out a serpentine. So again, using a curved line or working on a curved line, carrying out a serpentine each time I cross the centre line across one of the poles. And then I can repeat both of those exercises in trot. So first of all, here's the serpentine, and need quite a collected trot to be able to make those turns. And if your horse struggles to make those turns, you could either space the poles wider or go from pole number 4 to pole number 2 and pole number 1 to pole number 3, so that you're missing out a pole in between each time, so the curve doesn't need to be quite so acute. Then you can also carry out the circle exercise in the trot, going from pole number 1 to pole number 4, aiming for the centre of the pole, and then bringing the circle smaller, so to pole number 2, then to pole number 3, and then out again to pole number 1. And of course, carry that out on both reins. Now, I did progress to canter, however, I didn't carry out the same circles as I'd carried out in the trot and the walk. Instead, I started at one end of the school and I carried out a circle crossing pole 2, then crossing pole 3 and back to pole 1, and then crossing pole 4, and again back to pole 1. However, you could have carried out a smaller circle there and gone back to pole 2, so that I was spiralling down the school, if you like. Then once I get to the other end of the school, I start at pole 3. And then spiral down to cross pole 2. And again here, I could have crossed pole 4, but I decided to carry on down to the bottom. And then finished on pole 1. And then, of course, repeated that on the other rein. So started from the same end of the school, began with my first circle at pole 2. Then pole 3 to pole 1. And then pole 4. Back to pole 1. Then beginning the sequence or the spiral from the other end of the school again. That was Advent Poles number 21. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you tomorrow.